What is this specimen before me? I can only think that you were the skilled one the Hierophant said I was to expect. If only you had come sooner, then you might have helped to keep my mare's heart here. Oh, nothing I should be bothering you with. After all you've accomplished in Star Camp, what's so special about a broken-hearted Alpha? I should tell you more about what mission you're to be. Oh, you must give me a moment. Mare, my poor, lovely mare. My Queen of Cups, the once joint leader of Moon Camp, my wife. Happy we were in the years we were wed, yet sad we were in the hours. She was of a noble family, and I their jester. We fell in love, eloped, and joined the only ones who did not shun our love, the travelers. But of late, the stress of this life has finally taken its toll. She left me, and this camp, to seek refuge in the Temple of Lyria. I'm in no state to be aiding you right now. I should be alone. I still need some time. Very well. Go to the Hierophant Shrine and pray. There you will receive portents of the next mission from our Grand Leader. May the Hierophant's gaze find my wife, for what a wretch I have become. I am more like a king of ants than anything else. There is nothing I can say to describe how I pine for her. Would that I be sundered like the Rathir battlefield, that I could escape this anguish. The Hierophant directs all of the travelers, a director of our queues and exits, of our motivations and actions. It is well known that the Hierophant commands us because of a vision of the work from start to end, a prophecy to tell us what to steal. It takes a brave sort to be a traveler. We've all left something behind, or made the sacrifices we had to, or had nowhere else to turn. But more than that, a traveler needs presence. We need to command attention, to perform under spotlight, even from the shadows. Exeunt.
Is there a petition before me? Ah, yes, but it is strange. You seem cloaked in shadow, hidden from my gaze. Ah, it is you, Shade. We are far from the woods of Dalentarth. I see you are eager to serve your guide. Yes, and come far from Star Camp. Moon Camp is a home to true travelers, faithful and talented. I have seen the items which you must steal. The Chalice of Forced Vintage from the lower city, and the Signet Ring of Wyvern Gift from the upper city. And lastly, you must steal the Cowl of the Maiden from the Temple of Lyria. These treasures are my blessing to this camp. The Chalice of Forced Vintage is said to take any liquid poured into it and transform it into fine wine. It is currently in possession of a peddler named Weinrich in Rathir's Seafoam Tavern. Relieve it of him. It is the signet ring of the Wyvern Gifts, one of the great houses of Rathir. The Patriarch Ebsel is a social man. You will have to take the ring from him away from prying eyes. The Cowl of the Maiden is a ceremonial cowl belonging to the Temple of Lyria. It is only worn on solemn occasions of the lunar eclipse. I fear that you are not its only predator. Mayor Ganon seeks the cowl as well. You are not the only thief that is pursuing the Cowl of the Maiden. There is also Mayor Ganon, formerly of Moon Camp. The calamities of Irian's and Mayor's relationships are not unknown to me. Resolve them and you may have an easier time.
Yeah? There's a bit to do around here if you're not a stageling gloryboat like some. Min likes to dice, and Aaron's got a fair bit of shop. Remember me?
Care a wager?
Selling any clothes? Someone off the road. Tell me, do you have any peasant clothes that you're looking to get rid of? I can pay you for them. Indeed. It is not clothes so much as cloth. I'm a tailor by trade, and from my hands are born the costumes and curtains of our fair camp. But the players of our camp are always in need of new articles of dress. I need lots of material, and quickly. Bring me some peasant clothes, and I can rework the material with relative ease. What say you? Yeah? Well, I've other matters to see about. Pleasant journeys.
What?
Need to do any trade? I have some items for sale, or I can buy if you're looking to fence some items. Come again.
You thought the whole army was across the water?
this here? A little soldier come wandering down the coast? Sure, I'm a soldier. We all are, or were more like, until we found better use for a sword and shield. You'd better get word to Mad Harst in the customs house. Him and his will want to know. They always do. Dandra theory. What now? There were times before she joined the Blue Helms and got too good for my sort. We got by, me and her. Think I frightened her out of her wits when I turned up again all these years later? The Farlangi? Damned if I know. They have gold and want things done, that's enough for me. Like I said, if Warsworn got the key, they want to know. Want to snuff this meddler out before it goes much farther, eh? Soldier, freeman, what's in the name? It's all the same thing in the end.
You look capable. Stern in the brow, proud of bearing. You are just what we need to deliver these notices. You'll do it, won't you? You've got to do better than the last fellow. There's pay. It's for the war effort. Notices of duty to denizens of Rathia selected to serve. The work can be hard, and you've got to, well, look the part. I'll give you a list of names, and you get each of them to accept their card. Easy as that. Well, what do you say? Will you do it? What I need are boots on the ground in Cluricon. I shouldn't say this, but if anyone can't or won't accept the notice, find someone else. Or make them. Whatever you need to do. Take these cards, deliver them to Runir Westnon, Maywin Wyvern Gif, Afendel, and Varen Seawine. Almain? Odd. All can be found in Rathir, and I can be found in the officers' hall on the burn when you're finished. We're in Rathir. This is the war effort. How do you think we get a steady flow of soldiers into Cluricon? You've got to be organized, and everyone's got to pitch in. Went and broke his little leg. Oh, Lunala's tears. Hasn't a notion of how important our work is. No sense of the bigger picture. Now, be on your way.
Good day to you.
Do not miss Leogriff's many marvels.
Hello. This is the sage crafting table. I can help you with gems and shards and the like. If you want general goods, you should speak to Master Gwalchmay over there. So long.
Hello. You have come to Gwalchmay's goods, provisioner to all Rathir, to high and low, great house and sparrow alike. The great families of Rathir, of course, as rich in power as in gold. Visit the upper city and see them yourself. Worth the climb, if you ask me. Come again. Hello.
Curios, clasps, staves, and robes, all of the highest quality. A pleasure, I assure you. I've been supplying scholars and students alike for many a year. Those rare and potent marvels unavailable within their compound are... I am happy to supply. Go forth, live boldly, then return to me.
Oh, there's no use. I've lost the keys. Now Gwalchmay'll have my head if I can't think up something fast. Say, you're not good with locks, are you? Would you help a poor fellow who's down on his luck? Me, Gwalchmay calls me lad whenever he wants me, and the others call me hardly anything at all. Just fetch this and lift that. Well, he's a good enough master all in all. Sees to it I earn every coin of my wages, though. No standing about, not in his shop. Yes, as in, no need for keys. Ace with a lockpick. Gwalchmay wants an old red ledger from the storeroom in the customs house. Oh, I'm afraid they're lost for good. Now, I might have dropped them here, or at Kest's table the other night. But it's just as likely I dropped them in Bracken Bay after I'd had an ale or three at the Seafoam. The chest it's in, that is, yes. Although I don't know which one it is. But it's down there, somewhere. Oh, now don't worry, nothing in the storeroom's seen the light of day in years. No one will mind if you pick a few locks before you find it. Chamber of Trade basement. Just head toward the keys. Oh, and
just look at it all.
Ruwani, apothecary, alchemist, importer, and cultivator at your service. Very good, then.
Keep the peace.
Welcome, friend, to the Luminary Leaf, bookseller extraordinaire. Until next time.
Stand aside.
come on, Will.
Students of magic, masters of spells.
I'll sell you weapons, but if it's armor you need, you'll have to speak to that husband of mine. Him? If you've any love of life, don't talk to him. Can't abide a joke, can't enjoy a drink. Farewell, love.
Sif Sader at your service. Don't mind the racket. Just my wife, that harpy across the way. So long.
The Watch sees all in Rathir.
Lyria, light your way.
Please, find Selny. Tell her we betrayed. The lower tunnels. Go. Tell Selny. No one else. Betrayed.
You look like you've traveled far, but not farther than my wares.
citizen.
This is the customs house.
Keep the peace. The watch sees all in Rathia.
Port today.
Can I help you?
Tell me, what cost the lot by sea? I thought the meddler was taken care of along with the gnome. Go on. Horst will want to hear this.
Give us a wink, love. Drives my rusty nail of a husband. Farewell, love.
Citizen. Move along!
Very heroic, my fine little war swan. You have tracked and fought your way to my very door, but the vault has been emptied and Lord Beeson has flown to Eamon's Isle. You don't even know, do you? Your own history. Well, let it stay buried. Out of your hands, out of mine, and in Beeson's. Fear not. The Farlangi shall bring a beauty terrible and sublime into the world. Now!
Then we turned around, and there they went.
Not a finer city in Amalur.
You look like you've traveled far. but not farther than my wind at your back.
Beeson. The Beeson. If it's true he's gone to Eamon's Isle, we must follow immediately. I know a ship's captain here in the city. Hopefully Captain Gonthorm isn't already hired. Take this, a token from Delfric himself. We should send word of our discoveries to him immediately. It was built in the time of the First Sworn. No Niskaric artifacts are stored there, but if the accounts are true, much of our early wisdom was kept in the Stronghold's chapel. Some say he is a match for Calidus and that he sits on the Orbicant. Either way, he's a mage of considerable power. If he's behind all of this, then I fear this is only the beginning. The founders of our order long ago, they amassed great knowledge about fighting Niskaru, nearly all lost and forgotten. Any time she was not on duty, she spent among our histories and our ancient sites. I learned from her what the Warsworn were, and the things we lost. But she never found the secret she was looking for. I wish my searchers turned up half as much as yours. These mages call themselves Half of those I spoke to hadn't heard of what happened at Brigand Hall, and they, if anyone, should have. They're supposed to watch for such things. Beeson has cloaked his actions well. As soon as a ship can be chartered, yes. Search for You, bring word to ancient Delfric.
Keep the... Move along, citizen.
Curios, talismans, items of power.
The ledger! Oh, Lunala's smile, you've done me a good turn. Master Gwalchmay'll be pleased as a fat Jotun when I bring him this, he will. Gets these ideas into his head. Needs this old thing, needs that new thing. This time it's shard prices by the decade. Something to do with a deal he is or isn't striking with that Karasta trader.
Goodness, my Lady Coriana won't eat. She won't sleep. All on account of a poor, sick Malian. Woe on House Anwan. The healers say bad blood, but my lady swears it's poison. He sleeps and sleeps, but he's never any better. Well, it's hard to say. The healers are no use. You could go to her yourself and ask. No harm in that. You'll find my lady in the house, by poor Melian's side, most likely. My poor lady. What grief she's known. Her daughters lost to Cluricon, and her husband to the war before that. Her son Malian is all that's left to her, and the only seed of House Anwan. Do help my lady if you can.
If you please.
My son Malian is gravely ill. The healers say his blood is diseased, but I am sure it must be poison. If I were younger, I'd go and find the Lepidus myself and prove them wrong. Bring my son this wild plant, and I will see you richly rewarded. This I swear. Of course not. But my family legacy says it will, and I have no wish to watch my son die while there is still a chance for hope. There's only one place that I know of, the Acathan wetlands. You must search for it there. You will know Lepidus by the shape of its blue flower. Be wary. I have sent servants before you who did not return.
It's a nightmare, it is.
The Elun speaks. The Orbicant governs. Fetch this, clean that.
Why, hello, young man. On behalf of myself, my wife and my daughter, I welcome you to the spire top and all that House Wyvern Gift can offer. Farewell.
Fetch this, clean that.
Well, hello. I am the governess of... I will confess, there are days I yearn for a more farewell.
Did my parents send you? Are you some sort of new instructor? I don't know which is worse, the snotty wyverns or the foolish fawning What is this? Have my parents seen this? Oh, Lunala's starry smile, yes, yes, and yes! To Chloricon, think of it! They won't like it when they hear, but what can they do? Buy me out of it? No, not this time. Thank you, stranger. Thank you! I know what they want. They want to marry me to some snotty, spoiled son of another great house. Then I can become Maewyn Wyvern Gift Fiddlestuffs.
If you please.
A prayer for our troops.
Tell me, what brings you to this sacred place? For prayer? For the weaving of your fate? Or for the orison? Though few of your kind do, all are welcome to the orison. Perform 3 tasks of devotion to Lyria, and in exchange, earn her blessing. Sojourn, service, and giving. They wind from outward to inward, and from the depths of our history to this very moment. It is no idle turn of phrase. Though you gave of yourself to earn it, your gain will be greater than the sacrifice. You began when you entered this temple. The first task is the sojourn. Have this. It is an amphora. With it, travel to the 3 springs blessed by Priestess Tyrian on her sojourn from the north. Fill the amphora with some of each spring. 1 is just outside Rathir, a 2nd in Lower Gallifore, the 3rd is in Snowmelt Pass. When you are done, return to me. When you have filled the amphora and your sojourn, when you are done, when you have filled the amphora and your when you are Done. Return to me.
And protect you.
Welcome to our temple. I am a daughter of Lyria, one of many sons and daughters who have devoted themselves here. My station is to look after the relics sacred to our order. Sadly, many of the relics we once had are now lost. When the war first came, we sent one out to every stronghold keep. This served two purposes. It brought faith and strength to our soldiers there. And if Rathir fell, some relics might still remain. We have announced a gold reward for their return, but sadly, none have yet come back to us. Please do. There are at least 6 that I know of, sent to the major strongholds of the plains of Erethel. Bring any you find to me. Lyria rewards those in her favor. You did! This is wonderful! May the fortunes of Lyria be a... Goodbye.
Yeah? What are you doing here? I don't suppose you're becoming a child of Lyria? I'm not the queen of anything now, and I'm not keen to do any talking. The damned fool. All the work I do for him in camp, all the sacrifices I've made to be with him, he's ignored it all. He made a little mistake, but that's the last one. I won't wait around until he forgets me entirely. I spent my life growing up in the upper city of Rathir, so you might not understand, but I love that camp. There's always colors and dancing and music. I feel free there. It's hard to be apart from it. Stupid Irian. I've taken orders before, but a commander ought to at least look a soldier in the eye when telling them what to do. But the Hierophant doesn't do that. The orders just come in secret and no one takes responsibility for them. A damn fool idea, if you ask me. They break away from all the rules, the trappings, and be themselves. I remember that was why I first joined. Lyria, you think you might want to speak a little more quietly? I don't need anyone here getting wise to me. And let me guess, you're a traveler and you've been called to seal the cowl of the maiden. Well, I beat you to it. Cowl's mine. I wasn't born under the sign of the idiot. Don't think such an uncharismatic... Dismiss. Yeah? What are you... He made a little mistake, but that... I'm not the queen of anything now. There's always colors and dancing and music. I feel free. I've taken orders before, but a commander... But the Hierophant doesn't do that. The orders just come... They break away from all the rules... Lyria. And let me guess, you're a traveler. Ha! I wasn't born under the sign of the idiot. Dismissed. Yeah? What are you doing here? They break away from all the rules, the I've taken... But the Hierophant doesn't do that. There's always colors and... He made a little mistake. I'm not the queen of any... Lyria. And let me guess, you're a traveler. I guess you're right. Irian has a flair for the melodramatic, sure, but I know he's taken my loss hard. It seems I can't get away from the travelers. They really are my life. Fine, take the cowl. I'm headed back to Moon Camp. Farewell.
What can I do for you? Goodbye.
Move along, citizen.
And then I... Serious? Do I look like a gift?
City Watch, move along.
Curios, talismans, items of power. Consider the maid staff. Would you prefer or so long? Do not miss Leogriff's many marvels.
The City Watch never.
Welcome to the Wending, mate. I'm sorry it's come to that, but here we are, eh? What's this, eh? Time to serve? Well, I always knew it might come. Not sure what they want with a poor Runir Western like me, but I'll go. I'll go.
Topsider, what's on the table?
Careful, it's slippery.
What? I've got things. Things you'll not find uptown.
Hello, Topsider.
Step up.
Here to gamble? Aaron Kest's right there. He'll deal you a hand. Get back! I won't go, not there. I prefer living to dying, thank you all the same. Well, there's that. Hadn't thought of that. Might be nice. Cook's work or quartermaster's. I'm a fine cook, you know.
Fancy a gamble?
They found a sparrow.
Well, outsider, buy or sell?
Fancy a gamble? You baited. We are cursed by the goddess.
So Raff is dead too, then? Oh, Lunala, will the sparrows be murdered one by one? It began when Fora went missing. Then we found Syl's corpse in the alley, then Shiren's. Now Raff, we are helpless. We know nothing, can do nothing. Betrayed? We have traded more than rags with some, up above and here below. But who among them would hunt us down and murder us? This is too much for us. I beg you, go to the City Watch. See if there is anything they know, anything they can do to help us. None that would hunt us down and kill us. Not within Rathir. I am sure of that much. If they know nothing, and cannot help us, then no one can. And you think even the Watch cannot be trusted? That is nearly unthinkable, yet still. Go there then, and see what you can learn first by looking around. The Watch knows much, and records what it knows. But if all else fails, speak to Captain Talabor. I look after my little birds. Speak for... Join me, sparrows. Let us mourn our brother departed.
Yeah, go out there. You're from the Scholia Arcana, aren't you? Here to embarrass me? Well, I don't care. I'm glad I was dismissed. I'll drink to it, in fact. What is this? Ah, it was only a matter of time before the army found me out. Just my luck. This calls for another drink. I'll have to pack my things. Ah, Alison, how do I tell my sister? Where will she live? How will she live? Rove, another ale. Make that two.
A lad to do. Get this. I wake up yesterday morning with the worst headache, no shirt, and a note that I'm fighting a duel. Me? Fighting a duel? Don't know how I got into it, but it's all rot unless I can find a second. I swear I don't remember a thing. Apparently, I challenged Dalton Ames, the war hero, over the honor of my sister. I do seem to remember him and his bulky arm sitting smugly in the sea foam, taunting me. Surely you've heard of him. Back from Cluricon, and everyone's talking about his exploits on the battlefield. They used to talk about my exploits with society daughters, but... Proud son of four-steed traders, my name is gold in every watering hole and board house in Rathir, and, well, I'm not really allowed out of Rathir. You can't fight a duel without one. Now, you might be thinking, a popular fellow like Waylon, what trouble could he have finding a second? Well, turns out my friends are all drunken cowards. Look, you seem tough enough. Be my second, and I'll make it worth your while. Thank Lupoku. There is something else I should mention. There is no way in all Amalur I'll win this fight, so I've devised a plan. Before you go to Dalton, that's my opponent, find Gelfine in the Wending and ask for some rows of shadows. She'll know what you mean. Then go to the officers' hall in the burn, and on the sly, put some on Dalton's sword point when you inspect it. All in good time, my friend. All in good time. The way I see it, I'm doomed to end up in Mel Senshir, and I'd rather cut. I want some freedom, and you're going to help me, right? After you've got the rows of shadows from Gelfine in the Wending, you've got to talk to Dalton in the officers' hall. Tell him I'm ready. He'll show you his dueling sword. Dab a bit of the rows of shadows on it. Then come back to me. Now, time for my part in this business.
Busy these days. Well, now, who are you?
Lyria, light your way.
Keep the peace.
Give us a wink, love. Drives my rusty... Farewell.
Move along!
Do not miss Leogriff's many marvels.
You there, my lovely. I like the look of you. I have gold to slip in your purse in return for a small favor. Me? You wish to know about me? I'm flattered, but I prefer to keep my cards close to my chest. The sea wreathes her. Oh, now, don't sound so suspicious. I need some help in a matter of business. Tell me, do you know the merchant Gwalchmey? I am trying to strike a deal with that willful man, and I think I have found just the thing. Only, I cannot be the one to do it. The man who owns the goods store in the Pryderi. He's got his thumb on nearly all the trade in this city. I can't sell anything without his good word, it seems. I have already tried to negotiate with him. He proved hard, stubborn, and unpliable. We could not reach a deal. I was hoping a new face and a new approach might cause him to let down his guard, become reasonable. How very astute of you. Now, Gwalchmey, I have learned, has a weakness for rare wines. This right here happens to be a bottle of Maybrin, his favorite. I wish we had more than just the one. Pity. Here's the contract for him to sign. The better a deal you strike, the sweeter I will make your reward. More than the bottle I gave you? Very good. If you can use that to strike a better deal, be good, my lovely, and I'll be good to you.
Every note is delivered? Good. Then here's your pay. Off you go then. No use standing around. We've got a war to run.
In need of healing? Goodbye.
The healers in the officers' club. Round the back.
A few days and I'll be headed back.
City Watch. Captain Talibor? He's been out on his duties. Ah, but there he is, right there. You're in luck. Think of the Watch as the right hand of the Orbicont. We keep the prison, keep the peace amongst the people. To be honest, crimes in Rathir are uncommon, outside the lower tunnels at any rate. An occasional drunken brawl among Varani, disputes between merchants, that is all. The council which governs Rathir. No one knows who they are, cloaked in robes and shadows, but do not concern yourself with that. Good. City Watch.
Students of magic?
Greetings. What will it be, my friend? Neighboring wine? Wherever did you find it? Forgive me, it's just they're devilish hard to find. You likely had no idea, but there's not a wine in the world I love more. In fact, I think I'll uncork this now and have a sip. Or two. Another? I could cry just to look at it. Best to drink it now. Yes, best thing for it. The more you drink, the better it goes down. A neighboring? Oh, yes, very much. What's this? Trade agreement, eh? It's yours. Why, I'll give it to you for a song. That will get Carasta's goat. Ah ha ha ha! Oh, an old crafty trader you are. It's a song, but for you, here's a sweeter one. There, you